In this video, I'd like to show how to tie a 3-pass herringbone knot in a 7-part 6-bight Casa knot by using the making doubling the knot and then splitting all the pairs. And I want to use my book Introduction to Turk's Head Knots to show you where it is. So the first thing we do is we tie a checkered, that's headhunter. We tie a checkered herringbone knot, and what you're doing is just doubling it. In the book, it's done by tying 2 5-part 4-bight knots together. Then, after you've got your checkered herringbone tied, you split the pairs and it'll make it a 3-pass herringbone. We're going to do it on a 7-part 6-bight knot, and we tied this knot before and we tied it the traditional way. So now we're going to do the 2-pass herringbone. Well, it'll be a checkered herringbone knot. And we're going to go in alongside to the left-hand side of the standing part, doing what it is doing the same as the traditional way. But on this, we're going to double the knot. So when we get to the top, we're going under this outside bight, just like we would on a 2-pass herringbone. And we're following the right hand side of this strand that we come out with, doing the same thing it's doing. Now when we get down here to this pair, the traditional way you would split the pair, but here we're just doubling the knot. So we continue following, we go over those 2 and we go under our X. We follow it up the other side, doing what the strand we're following is doing. We go over that double under the outside X. We just follow our strand, doing what it's doing. When we come to our pairs, we just go under the double, because we're just doubling the knot. So it makes this knot real easy, and you can tie it fairly fast because all you're doing is following the strand, doing what it's doing, and if it goes under a double, you go under a double. If it goes over a double, you go over the double, and then we're going under the outside X. We just continue following, doing what it's doing. Going to the outside X, get back into our knot, following, and we're just going over those doubles under our outside bight. Okay, we're just following, doing what it's doing. Go under our outside X. Take the twists out. Okay, we're still following. Okay, we go over that double under our outside X. Still following, over 2, under 2. Over 2, under 2, clear through the knot, just doubling it. Okay, we go over that set of doubles under our outside X, and this is going to be our last pass up and back. We're just following, going over and under 2 all the way up, doing what that strand is doing. Okay, now when we get to our outside X, we got to go under a 3X. So it's one this way and the double, so that we can continue following that strand. Over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, and that finishes our checkered herringbone knot. That has slid over a little. Okay, now I'm going to get the working end of my primary knot, and I'm going to use it to split my pairs. So it was already under 1 right here, and see how it split that pair? So now all we do is go through the knot splitting pairs, go from pair to pair. So it's just over 2, split a pair, under 2, split a pair, over 2, split a pair, under 2, split a pair. So, like if you were tying a whole bunch of knots on a set of reins or something, and you were doing these herringbone knots, this would be a good one to do. Okay, now I split that pair, and I go under 2, I go over that outside strand, and then I could do it in 2 moves. I could go under those 2 and over that 1, and then come back under 1, splitting that pair right there. But I'm going to just do it in 1 move. So I'm going under 2, over that underneath string, and come back to split that pair. And now we're just splitting pairs. We just go from one pair to another. So over 2, under 2, splitting pairs. But yeah, you could tie this knot pretty fast. Okay, now that we've come to our extra string, and we're going to do this the rest of the knot, we go under those 3. And see this bight that would be out here? See how these 3 strands are parallel, 4 strands are parallel? We're splitting this pair. We're going under these 3 and over our interweave string. But then I'm just turning back into the knot under 1 to split that pair. So really it's 3 and 1 for a 4X cross. And we do that the whole rest of the knot. So as long as you are going over that interweave string that's right down here, this light blue one, we're just going to go over it each time and come up splitting that pair and continue tying the knot. Okay. And see how when I pulled that, it slid back over that interweave string? That's the reason you got to think about that you crossed over it and you're going in over here on the left-hand side of that interweave string. That's our path right there. So now we're just splitting pairs. Over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, splitting pairs. Now when we get to the top up here, we split that pair, and we're going to go under 3, and then it's over that interweave string and back under our primary knot to split that pair and get in to our path to go down through splitting pairs. But as long as we're going over it, we don't even have to hardly think about it. You'll see it as we keep tying the knot. So we split a pair there. We're going to go to that pair, split it, just split pairs all the way down through. All we do is split pairs all the way through the knot. They don't add together. Well, now we come to this 3 over a 3, but see, it's just from that pair to that pair. And then we go under those 3 over our interweave string and pick up that strand to come into the knot splitting a pair. Okay, we're just splitting pairs. Over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2. Now we go over 3 to get to our pair. There's our pair right there. Go split the pair and go under 3 out of the knot. Come back in under our outside bight for our 3x. Over 2, split a pair, under 2, split a pair, over 2, split a pair, go under 3 to split that pair right there. Now we're going to go over 3, split that pair, under 3, staying on top of our interweave string, and come back under 1 to get into the knot. Over 2, split a pair, under 2, split a pair, over 2, split a pair, under 3, split a pair, over 3, split a pair, under 3 to get out of the knot, go over the interweave string, back under an outside bight to get into our track or path, and we go over 2, split a pair, under 2, split a pair, over 3, split a pair, and see our pair is our light colored, that first interweave, so you can look at it to see our pairs. But there's over 3, under 3, split a pair going in, a pair coming out. We go over 3 to our light string, under 3 above that light string's bight, out of the knot. Oh, I didn't come back in. And back in. It's really, you can do it in 2 moves, or it's really easier to do it in 1. Over 2, under 2, splitting pairs. And then we're going over 3 to that pair, under 3 to that pair. Over 3, split that pair, under those 3, stay above that bight, and come back in under the outside bight. Over 2, split a pair, under 3, split a pair. I'm not starting to tighten up, so I better just pull them one at a time here. Over 3, split that pair right there. Go under 3 and split that pair right there. Over 3, split that pair, and we go under 3, staying above that bight. Come back in and catch this outside bight of our primary knot. See, this is the working end of our first interweave that we're going to cross next. And we're going to go over 2, split that pair, and go under 2 and split that pair. And this should be our last pass up and back. Over. Okay, we split that pair, we're going over 3, split that pair, under 3, split that pair, we're going over 3 to split that pair, under 3 to get out of our knot, back in under that outside bight of the primary knot. Now we're going to go over 3 and split that pair, and it should be over 3, under 3, all the way back, just splitting pairs. So there's our under 3. Then we go over 3 to that pair, under 3 to that pair, and now we go over 3, split that pair, go out under 3, and just out of the knot. And then that finishes the knot, but you'll want to dress up where you hide your strands. But that is the same knot that we tied when we tied the 3-pass herringbone in a 7-part 6-bight knot. Only this time we used the doubling and splitting pair methods. I hope you will try to tie this knot, and thank you for watching.